All right, Nick, let me ask you this. How did the Pats turn everything around after that 2-2 start? Well, we all sat here and talked about how this was just not going to be their year.
No, don't say that,
Not
Jenna.
all,
Jenna, you got to stop saying that, okay?
So you're right.
No,
you're right.
you have to call it what it is. Just either say there were people who doubted, like don't include us as a show.
Nick was one of them.
Because we do a show most of the time, but sometimes we do segments where we're standalone, where you'll have a strong topic, you'll go with that one.
I don't know when that's
I'm not going down with that one.
Okay.
Nick, I'm not going down with his New England takes. No, don't be people around. People like Nick Wright thought New England was dead. Not only Tom Brady's too old, their defense is not going to get faster. How'd they get it turned around, Nick?
But he said, remember when we had 11 minutes for the segment?
Okay,
so
all right, here we go.
It.
So now
go for it.
The entire Pats team didn't need to get turned around, right? Through those first 4 weeks, the offense was great. Brady was great. The question was their defense. And what has happened is the defense has gone from allowing 32 points a game to 18 points a game. The defense has gone from making every other quarterback they played Tom Brady, giving up a quarterback rating of 116 over those first 4 games, to making every quarterback they've played like about Brock Osweiler, giving up a quarterback rating of 81 over the last 6 games.
Right. They still give up yards.
They still give up yards, but they don't give up touchdowns.
Right. They're still one of the worst in the NFL as far as yards, yes. But they've tightened up in the red zone.
They've tightened up in the red zone. And one thing that we know about the Patriots is they are not going to turn the ball over. Like, they have 5 turnovers this year. There's only 3 teams in the league with less than 10. So, like, even though the Pats are middle of the pack on forcing turnovers, they're going to be near the top of the league. I think they're 3rd in the league on plus minus because they never turn the ball over. So but to really answer your question, how did they do it? I know what they did. How they did it, I have no flipping clue. I have no idea, Chris, how this defense, it's not like they had some great player. They didn't get Ronald Darby back after injury like the Eagles did. They didn't make some major, they didn't trade for Marcel Darius like the Jags did. In fact, they lost their best defensive player, Dante Hightower, since this team turned it around. So I don't know the answer. I bet Chris has some ideas, but I have no idea how the defense became this after being that.
Well, one thing is their linebackers have played a lot better. There's a gentleman that plays for New England. His name's David Harris. He's played in this league a long time, played with the Jets. The Patriots are very familiar with him. Football fans might not be familiar because he had a different number. I think he was 52 with the Jets. He's 45 with New England. So people are like, who is this guy? It's David Harris. He's a really good linebacker. He's also been a defensive captain. He's also been a great team leader. So he's helped slow this defense down, get the line calls, get the assignments. He's doing that for the front 7, all right? The front 7 is not allowing people to get outside them, so they make them play inside the box. They handle the edge the way Belichick defense have always done. Now, the back end, they simplified things. Malcolm Butler is playing better. They're playing more zone coverage. Stephon Gilmore, even though he was injured in last night's game, had to leave. He's playing better, so they simplified the coverages. These are the things that the Pats are doing. They know they can give up yards. They know Tom Brady is going to score points. So what they do is hold the teams to field goals. Let's create some turnovers to give Tom an extra 2 or 3 possessions. That's their winning formula. It's not a surprise to me, but veteran players like David Harris have come on and added some stability and been able to get them to be able to call their base defenses, make the adjustments that they have to make when teams motion and substitute. So these are a couple of reasons why New England has improved and other teams haven't.
So now that they've shored up the defense, which was sort of their one weak spot, over the next couple weeks, they have the Dolphins, the Bills, the Dolphins, and then that December 17th game against the Steelers. So they've got a couple weeks left. Is there an area on this team that you'd like to see them shore up or improve at this point up until when they meet the Steelers that day?
Sure, theoretically give up fewer yards. Like, as you're saying, they're still giving up a lot of yards. But, I mean, at this point, picking out flaws on the Patriots is a fool's errand. They are going to, every week, be the better coach team. Every week. They are going to be the team that makes...
So you're learning. You're learning. We started the season. That was not a take of Nick's.
I knew they would be the better coach team. I didn't know how much it would matter. Because here's the part that we haven't discussed.
Coaching in college and in pro football is the most underrated skill that we never talk about. We talk about these matchups. They're playing 43. They're playing this. They're running the spread offense. Oh, they're going to play a 3 receiver. Oh, they're going to blitz the quarterback. What about the coaching? All right? In the NFL, it is the most important thing, and it's the most underrated thing that we see in college football and pro football. Like, we just disregard.
Edge, yeah.
Well, and that's also why the Patriots always win the end-of-half situations. Like, the Patriots, if they have the ball with like 3.5 minutes remaining, guess what you know? The other team's not getting the ball back. It doesn't mean the Patriots are going to score. I'm talking about at the end of the first half. The Patriots dominate that. It's why they've been the best second-quarter team in the league by an enormous margin. And you saw yesterday, this game ended up being a blowout, but it's 14-0 New England. Oakland had the ball with a minute left inside the 15-yard line. They are driving to score to make it 14-7, a totally different game. I know what Belichick would have done. He would have run the ball with Marshawn Lynch in order to make sure, whether we're getting a touchdown or a field goal, the other team's not getting the ball back to score, especially in this thin air. What did Oakland do? They threw. They end up fumbling at the goal line. And then what does Belichick do? Find a way. He runs the ball, sees if we're going to get a big gain. Oh, we do. Now we kick a 60-yarder. Now instead of being 14-7 at the half, it's 17-0.
Yeah.
As long as they've got Belichick, the defense doesn't kneecap them. If Brady even does deteriorate, CC, as the year goes on, if he's 80% of what he's been through 10 weeks, this is one of, if not the best team in football.
Well, the question Jenna asked, what are we going to look at New England? You have to look at their offensive line. People aren't going to mention it. We make excuses for Dallas. New England started this game. Center, out. Right tackle, Marcus Cannon, out. So two of their best offensive linemen, if not their best offensive linemen, didn't play in this game. During the game, their backup right tackle, he gets hurt. But we don't make excuses because their backups are qualified and they're going to come up with a system how not to expose these guys. So if there's something I'm watching coming down the stretch, it's those injuries on the offensive line because Oakland does not have a great pass rush. They got one guy who rushes the passer. They will face better pass rushing teams going down the stretch. And can this offensive line give Tom consistent protection, and can they give them a steady running game? Those are the things that you have to be concerned about with New England coming down the stretch.
And CeCe, quickly, tell me if I'm right here. They don't have to give Brady a ton of time because of the offense they're running, right? You were telling me.
Well, yeah, you just have to tackle.
Right.
They have a short, quick strike offense. Now, the last 2 years, the stats will show Brady throws the ball deeper down the field, but it's not every play, all right? It is a short passing game.
Keeping with the Nate Peterman, quickly, theme throughout the show, there was a really funny tweet that said Tom Brady has 5 INTs since 2016. Nate Peterman has 5 INTs since 4 p.m. Eastern time. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from First Things First, or go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.